toll road here at the Maritime and Seafood Museum in Biloxi, Mississippi. I've got way over there's Rich. But before we go to this museum, check out some maritime, some seafood. Kids out there, you need to buckle up. Better take a ride on the toll road. All right, let's go inside, see what this place has to offer. I recommend you start the tour from the top. Get up here, you get a really cool view of the sailboat here. Apparently it's the Nydia? We'll learn a little bit more about that when we get down there. What I'm assuming here is the leftovers of what once was a statue. Maybe it got damaged in Katrina. Looks like it was pretty cool at one time though. We got a display of a lot of the netting they use to catch the crayfish and probably the shrimp. There's Rich. Where you hiding, man? Got started here without you a little bit.
You disappeared on me.
All right, you remember the shrimp boat tour we took last year?
Yeah.
Those guys are working kind of hard there. So this is not the way I'd want to be shrimping though. You go out with your rowboat, fill, actually maybe that's mussels. That might be mussel fish in there, or oysters. Either way, man, one of the trawlers here, like these drop out and they basically just drag the ocean, pick up all the dumb shrimp.
Oh, there he is. Oh, Dave, what are you doing? Something stupid again?
Playing skipper to your Gilligan is what I'm doing. Give me that camera. What do you?
This is a good old fighting chair.
Fighting chair. Oh, that's for like swordfish or.
Yeah, the big ones.
I like how that. Yeah, look how big that pole is there, and it's actually mounted into the seat, so it doesn't take it out to the ocean there. This early, well-worn wooden fighting chair was used for sports fishing for decades. Sports chargers and private sports fishermen have used fighting chairs to assist in supporting their large tackle. Today, the chairs are more sophisticated, much like Rich. More sophisticated, with foot supports and tethering to better hold the fisherman in the chair. Here's probably what they're going after. Swordfish. Pretty delicious. You ever had swordfish? Recommend it. There's an old oyster dredger. And for your motor heads out there, we got a little power for you. It's a 1926 outboard, 2.5 horsepower. Now by 1950, man, we almost doubled that, more than doubled that. 5.5 Chris Craft Challenger. British Seagull, 1975 horsepower. Here we get some of the more modern ones. That Mercury there. An oyster cup, so the oyster shuckers arrive to work every day with this cup here, oyster knife, and they got paid by how much they fill her up. Labeling machine for some of the cans they had. Press it through there. They're good cocktail shrimp. And what is this? Gulf Star oysters. And here's labels from several different brands that were used on the different machines. Pack them up, ship them out. This is an example of one of the cleaning tables that they use to rinse off the silt and the sand and the debris before they set them out. Here's some of these oyster knives here for shucking. They say the longer ones were for the raw ones, and for the steam ones they use the shorter blades. Kind of cool here too that you wore a cotton glove with 2 thumbs so it could be reversed when the side was too warm. And here are some hard-working fishermen working the, looks like, crowded waters of the Gulf. Steam kettle here. They load this top up here with packed cans, dip it down in here, close the top, and then put some steam pressure in it before they take it to the labeling machine. Oh, now look who I found who thinks he's the captain now. What do you think you're doing, man?
Hey, at least I got a real boat. You're standing over next to a wall. Come on.
Yeah, come on, man. Move aside, I'm taking over.
Get out of here. It's my boat.
Hurricanes are a constant threat to the way of life in the Gulf area. And there's been several through the years. Some big ones included the disaster here in 1947, the monster storm that was Camille in 1969, and the more recent storm that most of us are familiar with, Katrina. Following the devastation of Hurricane Katrina, there are many lifeless trees along US 90. Sculptor Marlon Miller decided to make something of that. Began carving many sea forms along it, and many of them you still can see today. This piece here is an example of one of his works. The Nydia was built in Biloxi in 1898 and was eventually owned by a gentleman named Baldwin Wood, who sailed around the Gulf in the early 20th century until he suffered a heart attack aboard the Nydia. The vessel was on display at Tulane University for years before being donated to the museum in its rightful home in Biloxi, Mississippi. And here's a little quick peek inside of the Nydia. In the 1960s, these small racing scows were a popular project in high school shop classes. This one was built by Alex Weddington. This sailboat, the half shell, was actually sunk during Katrina, was submerged for an entire year, and right before the FEMA barges were going to come in and destroy everything, it was found and rescued. Device you see before you here is a automatic shrimp peeler. Now, peeling shrimp was not fun work, and this device here saved the labor of up to 100 different peelers. For the toll road here at the Maritime and Seafood Museum in Biloxi, Mississippi, and who knows where the toll road will lead to next. Nina? and the Pinta, and they actually have, they're not the original ones, okay? But they have recreated ones that were made, replicas, made in Brazil, which makes sense because Portuguese background, original ships were made by the Portuguese. Let's get a little closer and check it out. This is a traveling exhibit. They'll go to a different port for a month or two, sail on to another one. And right now we're in Biloxi, Mississippi, right next to Margaritaville. Looks like they added a bunch of new rides over there since last time we were here. I guess this is a lesson in always calling ahead, huh, Rich?
Well, I told you should, but you're like, oh, no.
Ah, who's talking deep? You've never told me anything worth listening to, and it didn't change today. Apparently it's not open. Or not giving tours. It looks like it's only the Pinta, too. I thought that they had two ships here. Give you the best view that I can from the outside. And this will end the little bonus coverage of our attempted visit to the Pinta. And who knows where the toll road will lead to next.